welcome to the stage our very own, our very beautiful Cassidy Barstow.
Welcome to the stage, Jouve Brand Manager Cassidy Barstow.
Guys, it is fantastic to be here with you today. And to be honest, I was going to start this section with a really witty joke about how Jouve is secretly the best brand that ARIIX has. It was going to be really good. But I just sat in that seat and watched Erica's last testimonial, and there's no way that I can say that because that brand is also the best. Purity's the best, Slenderize the best, Nutrify's the best, we're all the best. And I just love that Jouve fits the mold, right? It's the newest member to the ARIIX brand family, and it fits the mold. It fits all of our criteria, our high standards that our product development has set for us. And it's here, and it's so exciting. So since we've launched this product, we've brought it globally. It's in every single one of our markets. I have some slides somewhere. With the last one being launched in Korea just in April. And this is so exciting because Jouve was created not just for North American skin, but for the skin of people in Japan, and China, and Europe, and Mexico, and all over the world. And that's just how incredible these two products are. They work for everyone. And the sales numbers and the way you guys out here have burned through our inventory in every market over again and over again and over again in just the past 6 months is indicative of how it's changing your business and how, which is almost equally as important, it's changing the skincare industry. You see, when we launched these products, about 2 years ago, these became kind of an idea. And we went to our formulators and skincare experts all around the world and we said, tell us, what are the main skin concerns that people, your patients, come to you with? And it was unanimous. Regardless of what country we were in, they said fine lines and wrinkles, dark spots and hyperpigmentation. So we took this data and we said, okay, we have one chance. We want our first products to be incredible. We want them to yield incredible results. We want them to really work. And so we took this information and we said, we're going to come out with 2 products. The first will tackle fine lines and wrinkles in a very incredible way. And the second will help with those dark spots, the hyperpigmentation, the uneven skin tone. So, these products are changing the way people think about skincare. They're very impactful, and I want to share some of the most impactful moments we've had over the past 6 months. I do a little dance. We will watch that later, but we will watch it because it's a very, very cool thing. In that, you're going to see some of the clips. Jouve has been in the news, you guys. It's been in the media, it's been in magazines, it's been in the news, it's been online, everywhere. And in those articles and in those segments, you see yourselves. We see Silkman's, we see Woodson, we see a lot of you in those videos. And it's you bringing Jouve to the world. It's you changing the way people are thinking about skincare. It's you getting those people to pick products up off the counter, turn them over, and read the labels. And it's you convincing other people that they need to do the same. And this message of conscious consumption is not only changing the industry, but people like this idea. They want to bring this idea and these products into their homes, and it's changing your businesses at the very same time. So when we came up with these products, I told you, we polled the experts. We said, what do people care about? They care about fine lines and wrinkles. They care about dark spots and hyperpigmentation. What is ironic is that these 2 concepts are the things that people most often turn to unsafe procedures, unsafe products to help. It's truly incredible. People out in the audience can relate. I can relate. I'm a woman. I want my skin to look good. I want to be beautiful. I want all of those things, and that's okay. We don't have to be embarrassed about that, but we know it's not only the celebrities that are going to the med spa and getting plastic surgery that are getting Botox and fillers and injections of this and that. It's not only the celebrities that are going to the med spa and getting prescribed products that contain hydroquinone that are going to bleach your skin and leave it even more susceptible to sun damage than you started with, or use really harsh retinol that's going to make your skin red and flake off and look so much worse before it ever looks better. And believe me when I say I understand, because that was me. A lot of you know that I struggle with melasma all over my forehead. It's a result of hormonal imbalance from an earlier period in my life. And it was me going to the med spa before I knew any better. I said, sit me down in the chair. I've got these dark spots, dark patches all over my forehead. What have you got for me? And they said, chemical peel. And I said, what's that? Okay, it sounds great. Let's do it. Oh my gosh. It was horrible. They put this stuff, it's acid all over your face, right? And it's meant to, right? And it's meant to burn that top layer off. And over the next couple days, it peels off. That sounds horrible. And I was like, yes, do it, because I want my skin to look beautiful. So I went through that. And you know what? After that first time, it was horrible and it didn't work. So I went back and I said, what else can you do for me? And they said, let's try it again. And I said, okay. So they did it again and I did it. I'm not even going to tell you how many times I tried it. And it didn't work. We looked at people like myself when we created Jouve. We looked at people like maybe some of you out in the audience that leave the med spa having spent thousands of dollars on procedures that lead to days of downtime. And the thing is, this is where it gets funny. Sometimes these things don't even work. So we looked at these concepts and these things that people were doing to themselves and to their skin and to their long-term health, all in the name of beauty and looking good, which is okay. And we said, there's got to be a better way. There has to be a better way. We wanted our cake and we wanted to eat it too. We wanted to make products that work and we wanted to make them safe. But that is so much easier said than done. So we at ARIIX have a very talented team of formulators. These guys make products for the big dogs with all the money. And what those big department store brands do, who make awesome products that do really work, is they go to these formulators and they say, I want you to make me a product that works, that helps with wrinkles and fine lines, that is pink, that smells great, and that has a 2-year shelf life. And what the formulators do is they say, okay, great, we can do that. We've done it before, we'll do it. So they make this product and then they give it to the companies and they say, perfect, this meets our timeline, it came in budget, it's perfect, let's send it to the shelf, and they put it on the shelf and they walk away to work on the next product. So when we went to our formulators, these same formulators, and we said, we want a product that works. We want it to help with fine lines and wrinkles. We want it to be pink. We want it to smell great. We want it to have a 2-year shelf life. They said, okay, let's do it. We've done it a million times before. But here's the good part. We said, you can't use this list of over 100 different ingredients. And they said, what? No one's ever asked us to do that before. So in the fitness industry, I follow this woman. Her name is Lorna Jane Clarkson. She makes really cute activewear clothes. Go shopping in Santa Monica, you'll see it. So she has this quote. She says, impossible can be done, it just hasn't been done before. And we took this quote and this mantra and we went to our formulators and we said, do the impossible, you guys. We believe that you can do it. We just don't think it's been done before. But we are going to be patient and we're going to be stubborn and we're going to work on these products until we get them right. So we handed them our never ever list. And this list is just product categories, you guys. It's not a list of just 10 things. These are ingredient families. There's a lot of other things contained within these categories that we have promised ourselves to consumers that we will never ever put in our products. So our formulators took this list and they said, okay, we'll try. And we went back and forth for a really long time because we knew with Jouve we had one chance to get it right. Okay? One chance to get it right and to make an impact. And after a lot of time and money and all of that sort of thing, we did it. We did it in our first 2 products, our Instant Tightening Serum and our Dark Spot Corrector and Brightening Cream. And some of you here are new, and maybe you haven't heard of these products before, and you're thinking, what the heck? Why do I care about skincare when we have all these other sexy brands? We have weight loss, we have prime oils, we have all of this stuff that's really awesome for so many parts of your body, but your skin is your largest organ. And contrary to popular belief, your skin is not a barrier, it's a carrier. Everything you put on your body ends up in your bloodstream, so it's super important that we're aware of the things we're putting on our bodies, and a great place to start is with our skincare. So the first product we created is the Instant Tightening and Restoring Serum. This product is amazing because it works in two ways. It works just like our competitors' products work. It takes away those wrinkles in just 90 seconds. And it's amazing, and you look at it and you say, wow, and this is how we sell these products, right? We introduce them to this. But what makes us stand apart is the second way it works. It works long term. It has really powerful ingredients in it that work cumulatively over time. So the longer you use this product, the better shape your skin is in without anything on it. It's really incredible, and what's even more incredible is that sometimes we come up with these products and we design them to work in one way, and then people start using them, and we find out that they work in other ways too. So what's really cool about this tightening serum is that it actually works on scars as well, which is really amazing. So rather than listening to me talk about it, I want to bring Brandon Truman to the stage, who's going to talk a little bit about his experience with these products and why skincare is not just for women.
Hello, how's everyone doing today? Cool. So, like, who would have thought that I'd be talking about beauty products, right? So, I guess it goes far back to high school days. So, growing up, if anyone knew me back then, I used to have really bad acne. You know, people called me like pizza face and all kinds of stuff. You know, so my whole like teenage life, I like suffered from that. Growing up now, you know, even today, I grew up having scarring. So, you know, obviously I'm traumatized from that, and every time I talk to somebody, I kind of feel like, oh, they're looking at my face, not really listening to what I'm saying. So, I guess you can say for me, I'm what's it called? I'm self-conscious about it, right? So I'll say, hey, you know, I'm thinking in my head, hey, is this like what I want? So I always thought, okay, is this, you know, I'm a guy, woman products, I don't need to mess with that stuff. So one day, a couple months ago, me and my wife Shayna were demoing the product for a friend of mine. He's a representative, and he's out of state, so we're recording, and this was all just, you know, we were just doing the demo, and what we did was, my wife was applying it to my face because she was like, I don't want to do it to mine. So she put it on mine. I was like, okay, whatever. And all of a sudden, like 2 minutes later, Shayna was like, wow, your face looks amazing. And I was like, really? What? So I ran to the mirror, looked at it. I was like, whoa, it looks really good. And what it did was it obviously worked for me. It worked amazing. And for me, I was just really amazed on how the product worked even for a guy. So, sorry ladies, this is also a men's product as well. You know, so for me, I guess you can say as a selling standpoint, I could always, you know, because I always saw it as a woman's product or not for someone my age. So I was like, okay, it's not going to work for me. But now being able to use it and having my own testimonial, now I can say, hey, it's for everybody now. So that's pretty much it.
Thank you so much, Brandon. And it's so true. I touched on this earlier, but these products, we are in a unique industry because we have to make products that work in so many different countries. So when we created Jouve, it was really important that these products worked for men, for women, for teenagers, for people with oily skin, dry skin. That's the beauty of these products. Write that down, you guys. That is the beauty of these products, is that they work on so many different types of skin, and that is a really hard thing to do. You can thank Tom and Deanna for that, because they did it, right? They looked at the impossible, they said it hasn't been done before, but we will do it. So the second product I want to talk about is our Dark Spot Corrector and Brightening Cream. And secretly, this one's my favorite. It's really funny to look at the sales numbers because we think like, oh, this tightening serum is so amazing and it's the door opener and people sell so much of this, but you know what's actually surprising? And I should have put some money on this in the beginning. Brightener sales are catching up. Yeah. We're catching on because it's so amazing and it's so incredible, and it's something that we use day and night every single day, and everyone, our mom and our dad and everyone's stealing it, and anyway, that's how it goes. So this product is the definition of multifunctional. It's the definition of a product that works because it was designed to help with dark spots, hyperpigmentation, uneven skin tone, and to give you that really bright and beautiful and perfect complexion. But what's so cool is that in third-party clinical studies, this product also proved to moisturize and help with fine lines and wrinkles. That's incredible, right? Again, We designed these products to do one thing, but they are so multifunctional, so multifaceted that they really replace a lot of the products that we're using. So now, I want to turn the time over to someone who is so beautiful and has been using these products since our beta test launch back in September of last year. And not only has this person had incredible results with her skin, but has incorporated these products into her business and has had so much success there as well. Please help me welcome Miss Woodson Gardner.
Oh, thanks so much. This is really, really exciting. And I'm going to have to do this fast because I'm going to tell you about a person in my business who is the least likely person I thought would completely help me turn all of our businesses around using Jouve. Her name's Rosina Nelson. And she's an older African-American woman. I call her Miss Rowe. And Miss Rowe, I'm going to talk to you like Miss Rowe talks to me. Okay? And apparently I looked like a nanny goat before I came to ARIIX, according to my before picture, as you see up there. But that after picture was taken less than a month ago with only mascara and some lip gloss that was coming back from Cancun. And I'm going to tell you now how I use Jouve as my foundation. But Miss Rowe, she lives in the highest unemployment, poorest county in South Carolina, Marion County, South Carolina, with the lowest mean income. And she is crushing Jouve. And so, oh yeah, so when I do my weekly trip down there, she calls me at 7 in the morning. Woodson, where you be? I be coming on down to see her. And so I go on down to see her. That's how we talk. And we go down there, and we fit everything we need for a full day's worth of presentations into a bag smaller than this. It has 5 hand mirrors in it, 5 skin systems in it, makeup wipes, hand sanitizer. We each have a smartphone, and we each have clean earbuds. Woo! That's all you need. Oh, and Miss Rowe has a magic Jouve Bible. And her Jouve Bible has all the print-offs from our library. She didn't make anything up. She didn't need to. She has sheet protectors. She has before and after pictures. She not only has before and after pictures of Jouve, she has before and after pictures of Slender Eyes. And they're conveniently right behind the last pictures of the Jouve. Because now she's selling more Slender Eyes than she ever did having Slender Eyes meetings because of Jouve. I'll tell you how. So we go on down there. She goes, I want to do something. I want people. We can't make this look hard. People don't want PowerPoints. We can't go in with any big screens because you'll scare people. I said, well, then we need 5 hand mirrors. All the product you've got, I'm bringing my product down. Let's go. She goes, where are we going to get hand mirrors? I said, we're going to the Yellow Boutique. Every town in America has a Yellow Boutique. You got 2 of them right around the corner from here. If you don't know what the Yellow Boutique is, that's what us Southern snooty people call Dollar General. And so you go down to the Yellow Boutique and you get 5 hand mirrors, less than $10, and you keep them in your bag. Biggest expense you'll have other than your inventory. You go down and you set everybody around. You have to have the YouTube video that Cassidy did with the white residue. Has everybody seen that? It's 1 minute and 55 seconds long. That's your egg timer. When you put the tightener on someone's face, they have to watch that video. You don't talk to them. They don't talk to you. You put earbuds in their ears so they don't get distracted. And while it's tightening their face, they're learning what it's doing. If they get a residue, they're not worried about it. They go, heck, it's working. If they don't get a residue, heck yeah, I'm one of the people that didn't get it. And if they do get the residue, use the brightener and wipe it off. It's gone. We call that the magic eraser. So when you sit them down at the table, everybody has a mirror. You look at them. You go, what do you want us to fix? And if they don't know, I don't know what to fix, Miss Rowe will go, your left eye looks awful. And so we put it on their eye. And we put the earbuds in their ears. And they watch the video. That's our egg timer. People around the table like, oh, ooh, you know, whatever. And that person's watching that video. And after it's done, they can't believe it. Now, here's what Miss Rowe taught me. You don't put it on the worst looking eye. You put it on the other eye. Because that makes the worst looking eye look even worse. And you only do it on one side. And then you go to the next person. And everybody's looking at them like, oh, you look like this. Oh, Jackie Lou, you look amazing. And when you get to the second person and you do whatever they want to have done, it could be a parenthesis. It could be barcodes. That's around your lips. You got barcodes. It could be their forehead, whatever. You do one side. And every once in a while you look back at Jackie Lou and go, Jackie Lou, tilt your head this way. You're kind of lopsided. And she's like, oh, you know, okay. You think I'm kidding. This isn't a joke. This is what we do. And then we get to the next person and the next person. Well, about the time you get to the third person, everybody's in. But there's always young people. And there's always somebody who thinks she's prettier than she is. I don't have wrinkles. There's always one. Or you're working with a young group of people that doesn't think the tightener's for them. And so that's when you get a funny phone call from Erica Elmitz who goes, Woodson, you won't believe this. My mom has been using the product wrong and she's getting better results than any of us. She didn't read the instructions. She's mixing the two of them together and putting it all over her face. Shut up! What? So I started doing that. And on that after picture you just saw was me doing that every day for 6 weeks. 1 + 1 = 3, y'all. I call Miss Rowe. I go, Miss Rowe, we're never selling anything separate. She says, I'm down with that because the skin system's 100 points. So that's all we do. So now we only sell skin systems. If you break it apart, you're going to pay retail for that tiny little tube, or you can get both of them for $163, because that is wholesale plus taxes and shipping. That's a Miss Rowe special. And so here's what we do. The little dipstick that doesn't think that she needs it. You put a pump of the brightener in your hand and a tiny little squirt of the tightener. You mix it together and you put it on 1/4 of their face. Either the top part of their eye up into their forehead, or if they got jowls, like a hound dog, they put it down here. And their whole face lifts. Doesn't matter how young they are. It's the sensation, and you will see it. And it feels amazing. Hello? And so then she's got people that go, I can't believe everybody's in. I said, do you think somebody, if they looked at you, they'd tell which eye we did? She goes, yes, would you please fix the other eye? Right when I get ready to go over there and fix her other eye, Miss Rowe says, oh, heck no, you're going to pay for the other eye. And I'm like, okay, Miss Rowe. And she means it. So then you're going to pay for the other eye. So then they're like, okay, what do I need to pay for it? And I go, well, the system's normally $200. She goes, Woodson, that's for the snooty people in Charlotte. Down here in South Carolina, the Miss Rose special is $140 plus taxes and shipping, because these are my friends. They see value. They are excited. It is fun. Everyone's laughing. We're done with the whole table in less than 30 minutes. Now, we have 30 minutes to make appointments, take pictures. We got the Jouve app. People are laughing. And if there's a man in the house, God love his heart. Because Miss Rowe goes, where's Jay? Where's your husband? Well, why do you want my husband to come in here? Well, you know he needs some work. And then the wife will say, well, he does have crow's feet. And Miss Rowe says, crow's feet? He's got the beak, the head, the wings, the feathers. Get him in here. And he comes in, and we do one of his eyes. And then we make fun of him because we're like, did you see how lopsided he was? Well, then they all start thinking about guys. And it's fun. And you think I'm making a joke. It is funny. And it has turned our whole business around. Because when you're working with people that are looking for an opportunity and don't think this might work for them, they see a real opportunity that they could have fun, they could feel better about themselves, help a couple other people feel better about themselves. And Miss Rose says, hey, if you want to join me in this and you get a skin system, 4 customers doing what you just did, you're business qualified. And they go, shut up. We book meetings for meetings. She now has people doing what we do because there's no song and dance. They don't need me. They need a YouTube video as their egg timer, a free Jouve app, 5 hand mirrors from the Yellow Boutique, and a couple of skin systems that you'll have that you'll exchange the product out because people want it in their hands and they leave. And now she's got people making money. They're team lead qualified. They are growing leaps and bounds. And they're doing this on their own and they're having fun. They're doing these on lunch breaks. And so that's what I want you to know, that you really can change someone's life. And when you feel good about how you walk out the door, it changes everything. So I'm letting you know I now use it as makeup. Thanks to Maggie Elements and mixing the two things together. Cynthia saw me do it this morning, no foundation on whatsoever. I use Jouve and the tightener as my foundation. If I have a problem area, and I got a couple of them, then I go back with the tightener and do what I need to do. I slept in the tightener and I looked like I had war paint on. I didn't care. I was sleeping. My face wasn't moving, and it really helped heal those deep lines. So have fun with this. Y'all need to find out who Rosina is. You tell her that we said, hey, Miss Rowe is awesome, and come on down to South Carolina and get you some. Because we're having a good time doing it. When I see this room and how gorgeous y'all are, there is a huge movement for you. And when they see what this does instantly here, they start asking you about the before and after pictures on the weight loss. And that's what Miss Rose said. If it worked that great on that crow's feet, can you imagine what it does inside your body? Woodson, get out your fat pictures. So that's it. I'm done. Love y'all.
Thank you so much, Woodson. You guys, they're actually making people pay for that second eye, and it's working. It sounds hilarious, but it's working, and they're doing it. So let's touch on value of these products for a second. Some people look at the price tag of 2 products for $140 to $200, and they say, yikes. I buy my stuff from Target. I buy my skincare from Walmart. I buy it from the drugstore, and I'm paying $10 for this. But there are also most people that are buying their stuff from the department store, and our skincare products are that caliber, that high caliber. These are luxury skincare products. And here's the thing, most of us don't go out and buy our entire skincare regimen at one time. We buy one from Nordstrom here, next month we buy one off Amazon, the next time we buy one from Dillard's, etc., etc. We're not buying them at the same time, and so we don't really realize how much we're spending on these products all at once. So here, these products are multifunctional. They take the place of at least 6 different products in just 2 bottles that you're paying $140 to $200 for. If you were to go out and buy the equivalent of these products in these 6 different products from the department store at one time, you would be paying just under $500 for products to do the same thing and have the same amount, okay? So when you see people gawk at these prices, this is what you would be paying if you were buying these things all at once, same caliber of products from the department store. So we talk a lot about our message of safety and caring about you as the consumer and your health long term and never putting toxic ingredients in our products. We talk about a lot of things that these products come without. But what we want to talk about today for the next couple minutes is how we stand apart from an efficacy standpoint as well. As you see, Jouve is not just about having no pegs, parabens, phthalates, artificial colors, and synthetic fragrances. It's also about what we put inside these products, the quality of the ingredients, how cool they are, and how they actually make these products work, which is something that's hard to do in the clean label or natural product space. A lot of these companies put their products, label them as organic or clean or toxic free, but then they don't really work. And our products do. So today we have one of our skincare experts, Carolyn Melby, with us. Carolyn has over 30 years of experience in the skincare industry. She's worked with high-end brands as well as medical-grade cosmetic brands and has also rubbed shoulders with some of the top skincare innovators in North America. So here is Carolyn Melby to talk to you a little bit about our ingredients and why they are so remarkable.
Say, I love it. I just wanted to tell you all that I'm really honored to be here. First of all, I wanted to share with you that this is really a dream come true. And I want to thank ARIIX, and I want to thank everybody that's on the team. I want you to know that it's on my dream board, and it's been on my dream board for 2 years. And I feel very emotional at this point. But my point of it is that dig out your dreams and be sure that they are on your dream board.
Yeah, you go.
I have several, thank you. I have several coaches that are in my life. And one day, one of the coaches told me, they said, Carolyn, you are the one that they are all waiting for. And I thought to myself, what in the world? That makes us out to be somebody big in the world, right? So what I wanted to share with you today is that you are the one that they are waiting for. And if it isn't you, then who? So here's what I'd like to do. On the count of 3, I want you to turn to the side to someone sitting next to you. And I want you to give them a high five, and I want you to say, you are the one that they are waiting for. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3, go. Okay, great. That was really great to watch. Okay. All right, where we're going to start today is where I'm going to come from is just from a little bit of a different angle. I have been on the program, the Beta 2B program that we've been working on. And the products, the things that I wanted to share with you, oops, going a little too far there. All right, some of the things that I wanted to share with you is the backstory on this is that I have been in the business for a very long time, and I said to my mother one day, Mom, there has to be a company out there that is a direct sales marketing company that can make a product that is effective, and not only effective, that it's safe. And I waited, and I waited, and I waited. And one of the things that I want to tell you is that I have sold millions of dollars of skincare products. And you know what? And I'm going to say it. And I don't get a damn dime. Okay? So here we are. Today, we have a product that is effective. I could not believe it. When my friend Todd called me and tried to tell me about this product, he said, Carolyn, you want to go check this out and go to LA with me? I'm on it. Why? That tightening serum that was ready to launch, I had known about it in the late 70s and early 80s, and we couldn't keep it on our shelves. And they went out of business, and we didn't know what to do. So as years went on, and here we are back to ARIIX, and there's this product that's coming out in December and January. I said, oh my God, that's the product. I'm out. So we go to Los Angeles, and I meet Con. And Con's talking to me a little bit about the business, and I hear more and I listen more than you think I do. And here he had his book open, and he had passed a page called Swiss Snow Algae. And I thought, you know what? I gotta go home and check this out. I think they're onto something. So before we get onto that product, we're gonna talk about the tightening that I was telling you about that I was so excited about. This tightening product, there we go. This tightening product, the way I sell it to my clients and the people that I know, as you can see, it creates a matrix because it has the natural minerals in the product. But here's how I describe it. It might be a little bit easier for you. As I tell people, I tell them that, have you ever seen a hammock? Yeah. And you buy that hammock and it's made out of the nylon and it's crisscross. It's inside the box. And then you pull that out of the box, and it starts to stretch, and then you get to lay on it. You can kind of explain it like this. And because what it does is when it sits on the skin, it pulls that nice fine wrinkle out, and it makes it smoother. You like that? Okay, great. Okay, I'm trying to get there. Okay, the other thing is the SNAP-8 peptide. When the peptides first launched many years ago, I was one of the first to jump on the peptides because I knew how exciting it was, and I knew the difference that it could make for your skin. When I was in LA, and I had heard about this peptide, and I went to look it up and found out that it was the SNAP-8. I had worked with the other peptides prior to that, and I'm telling you, that is a big buzzword out in the skincare industry. Peptide. I want you to know that the Snap 8, it really is the best peptide. And what it does is I tell some of my clients, you can think about a sponge. The sponge is dry, you put it in a glass of water, and what happens to the sponge? It starts to fill up. So what happens with this, if you can think about those little ridges inside the sponge, and they start to rise, you can kind of explain it like that as well. And my clients understand it. But it's very effective. You can see it within the 28 days that the wrinkle is less. The dark spot correcting and brightening cream. Just on the final of the tightening serum, it is really a great product, and there's many ways that you can use this product. And as you heard earlier, that you'll be able to combine them together and get another look from it. But in the dark spot correcting cream, back to the Swiss snow algae, when I had gone home, it took me about 2 days. I decided that I was going to go ahead and look it up because it was eating at me to know what that ingredient was. Do we go? Let's go. Come on. Either I don't have the fat fingers, but I got fingernails. Okay, let's talk about vitamin C. Vitamin C has been around for a very long time, and I remember when vitamin C hit the market in the skincare industry, in the medical side of it, and it was really popular. But I'll tell you what, this is one of the better C's. It's the best C. It's an oil soluble, so when you use it, what it does is it helps with the pigmentation on the skin, and it helps with the free radicals. So you will notice a difference in your skin as far as the pigmentation is, and then as far as the way the skin will minimize that the darkness. One of the things that I like to tell my clients is that the more darkness you have from the brown spots and the pigmentation, the older the skin looks. So you want to be able to minimize that and make that lighter. The Swiss snow algae. I love Swiss snow algae because it is called the watermelon ice. And the watermelon ice, as we know it, along with the Swiss snow algae name, is that you can see that it retains the moisture. And it also helps with the aging of the skin. And it does rejuvenate at the cellular level. So that's going to keep your client or the person that you're talking to, that you're going to be able to say you're going to stay younger. Because it signals, what I tell them on top of that is it signals those cells that you know being in this business, that when you have enough calories and you have enough exercise, that when your body gets that, it stays younger, does it not? That's what everyone tells us. Same thing with the cells. It does that to the cells. It signals the cells and says, you know what? You're getting enough nutrition. You're getting enough calories. So when you renew and you rejuvenate in that skin, you're going to just keep rejuvenating new and healthy cells. Yeah? Okay, great. And again, it does with the brown spots as well. Japanese coral grass, it really is great because it does alleviate the dry skin and it does help retain moisture. What's great about this product is I recently, a couple months ago, I decided to wax myself, and I waxed myself with very hot wax. And I thought, ouchie. So what I decided to dig out my brightening cream and put that on my waxing area, and I could not believe it went away. I thought, I have to tell this story. So if you do have any redness from a wax, ouchie, you can feel free to use it on there. So it does help reduce redness on the skin. And a lot of times I want you to know that some of the redness on people's skin that they have, they tend to want to think that it's brown spot. That is it's underlying on some of those brown spots, and this will help with that. Yeah, it does. Fermented radish root. Who in the world uses this in their product as a preservative? Yes, exactly. We're the only ones. I love this. I could not believe that this was in it. So as you can see, it helps with visible acne now. We can say that. The studies just got back. We just received them. I was so excited when Cassidy had told me, because a lot of us have that question. So if you have a client that is not sure, and who says, well, what will it do for acne? Because I've heard some of you have asked me personally. We can now say yes, because the data is there for it. So now you've got natural preservative, you've got it retains the moisture in the skin. It's been around for a very long time, and it is a special algae, and what it is it's on the outskirts of Japan. And it needs, in order for it to survive, it has to retain its moisture. So that's what we have in our product to do the same. Retains moisture in our skin. So here we are. Just wanted to share with you that you all have the tools now for that anti-aging skin that people are so desperately wanting. Remember that the first thing that we do when we wake up in the morning is we look in the mirror and we see what we see. So, and now we know when we have these products that we can definitely make ourselves look absolutely wonderful and feel wonderful. Yeah, right? And then one thing that I did want to leave you with is I want you to know that the team that we have, the development team, and creating these products, it took a couple of years. They had to be creative, right? And not only that, they really wanted to make sure that we had a safe product. Because what we're doing on the outside correlates to what we're also doing on the inside. Yeah. And that's where I always tell my clients, and please steal anything that I say at any time, is that we are working with the inner and outer beauty. Yes, great. Well, this has been such a great afternoon. I appreciate it. I am available to any of you if you have any more questions about the product, and I'm going to turn it back over to Cassidy.
Much, Carolyn. We're so lucky that we have so many really awesome experts that are so knowledgeable in their field on our Wellness Council and Scientific Advisory Board. So you guys, we've talked about skincare and how important it is that we choose healthy, safe products that work for the outside of our bodies. But what's the cool thing about ARIIX and our brand strategy? We have so many different brands that touch so many areas of our health that we have all of the products that make a comprehensive beauty solution. So what we've done over the past several months is we've worked with experts and we've said, look at all these great products that we have. Products that people have been taking for different things, right? To get their basic nutrition, to improve their immune systems, to mix with essential oils. And we said, what else can these be used for in the skincare arena? These products right here, folks, all have direct benefits to the health of your skin. And we've done something really cool. We put them together in a pack. We're calling it the Inside Out Beauty Solution. It's on sale in the store right now and will actually be a permanent pack that will continue to go forward in the future. This is very exciting, and there's no one better to tell you more about this than our Chief Sales Officer, Ian Chandler, who will talk to you about how important these products are being put together in this family and how important they will be for the future of your businesses as well. Thank you so much. You guys have been a fantastic audience.